Hello students, let us try to learn the topic student. That is what I have selected. CTET Math and Science paper 2011 I am selecting student. Right. So the question which we are selecting today, we are going to have the full-fledged test student, test discussion of the paper. Right. So let us try to read the one by one questions. Question number one, if you see student, a creative learners refer to one who is the creative learner student. There are four options are given student. The first option, very talented in drawing and printing student, painting, highly intelligent, capable of scoring consistently, good mark in test, good lateral thinking and problem solving. So correct option will be option number. What is there student? 4. You can see the correct option is also saying this is the 4 only. So this is the correct student. Now the question number second we are trying student. So what can be the question number second student? Let me connect. Wait student, wait. No student, I'm not able to find out that one. Let me question number 2 simultaneously we are reading. Individual learner differ from each other. For what purpose individual learner differ from each other student? So correct option is rate of development. They are the differ. So you can check student. This answer is also correct student. Right. Individual learner differ in the rate of what student? Development. Right. So now the next one. Next question you see student. Every learner is unique means. What is meaning of the every learner is unique student? What do you mean by every learner is unique? Can you tell me? Every learner is unique. What do you mean by this student? So no two learners are alike in their abilities. Every learner is unique means. What is meaning of the every learner is unique student? So here they are saying student, no two learners are alike in their abilities, interest and traits. The correct option is option number A itself student. So see student, all the answers are getting correct only. No answers are getting wrong. Now question number 4 we are going. Constructive as a theory student. Constructive as a theory. Which can be the correct answer student? Constructive as a theory. It is the emphasis, the role of the learner in constructing his own view of the world. Okay, emphasis the role of the learner in constructing his own view of the world. Development of concept is primary a part of what student? This is the in what emotional development or social development, in intellectual development, physical development. Which is correct one student? The correct one is intellectual development, right? So development concept is primary part of intellectual development. Heredity is considered as social static. This is the static student. Next one, the most intense and crucial socialization takes place during adolescence student, during adolescence. This is the answer. Next one, helping learners recapitulate or recall what they have already learned is important. Because of what that is important, student, that we have to check the answers. So correct option, relating new information to prior knowledge, enhancing the learning, student. Correct option is B. Now question number, according to Pignet, during the first stage of development, birth to 2 year, a child using what, student? Senses, student. Next one, the theory of the learning which totally and only depend on the overvaluable behavior is associated with the theory of learning. Which one, student? If you talk about this problem, student, so theory of learning which totally only depends on observable behavior. Observable behavior means it is should going to be behavioristic, student. Next one, multilingual character of Indian society should be seen as a what, student? Multilingual Indian society should be seen as a what, student? A resource for enrichment of school life. A resource for enrichment of school life. Creative answers required. Creative answer required. What creative answer required, student? It required open-ended question. Creative answer required, student. Open-ended questions. Next one, you see, student, diagnosis of the gap in the learning of a student should be followed by, diagnosis of the gap in the learning of a student should be followed by what, student? What should be followed by? So it should be the appropriate remedial measures. Diagnosis of the gap in the learning student should be followed by appropriate remedial measure. Which of the following statement cannot be considered as factor of learning? So study of behavior of learning is not the factor of learning, student. Self-regulation of the learners, self-regulation of the learner is refers as their ability to monitor their own learning, student. Which of the following does not reflect teaching for the understanding? Teaching for the understanding, student. Which of the following is not reflect teaching for the understanding, student? So enable student memorize, because we have to give the positive answers only. So enable student to memorize, isolate fact and procedure. This is not the correct, student. Next one, you see, what can be the next one? Which of the following statement is true about learning, student? True about learning. So learning effective in an environment that is emotionally positive and satisfying for the learner. Learning is effective in an environment that is emotionally positive and satisfying for the learner. Next one question. Human development is based on the certain principle. Which of the following is not principle of human development? So if you see, student, general to specific, general to specific is not the, this is absolutely wrong, student. It should be the reversible actually. It is the reversible. Human development is based on the certain principle. Which of the following is not principle of human development? It is a reversible. It cannot be reversible, student. Not principle. The main purpose of assessment of the school, student. What is the main purpose of assessment of a school? To diagnose and remedy gap in learning. Question number 20, you see, student. Question number 20, what can be? Certainly, a sponsored scheme of integrated education for disabled children aims at providing educational opportunity to children with disabilities in, what is this one, student? This is the regular school. Regular school provided. Which of the following is not a sign of reading difficulty among students, among young learners, student? Among the young learners, question is they are asking which of the following is not a sign of reading difficulty among the young learners, difficulty in. So understanding word and ideas, this is understanding word and idea. Because you can, the young learners cannot understand the word and ideas about that. The next one is student, that is 22 question. They are saying a teacher want to give the children of her class to achieve their potential. Which of the following should she not do to achieve her objective, student? So segregate them from their peers for special. It is not the aim to segregate her, student. This is not the aim. Which of the following is not characteristic feature of intrinsically motivated children? Which one is not characteristic, they are asking a student. They always succeed. There is no guarantee that they always succeed, so it is not correct one. Which of the following is not an appropriate tool for formative assessment, student? Okay, the term test is not the correct tool of the formative assessment, student. A learner should not be encouraged to learner should not be encouraged to memorize all the answer to question which the teacher may ask. Memorize is not the correct way. Irfan break toy and dismantle. Okay, Irfan break toys and dismantle them to explore their components. What would you do? What you do? That is encourage his inquisitive nature and channelize his energy. Next one. The statement men are generally more intelligent to women. That is the gender bias, student. Next one. Understanding the principle of development of children help a teacher in what it is going to be helpful, dear students. So understanding the principle of the development of a child help the teacher effective catering to the different learning style of the learners. Now christina Krishna took the class for a field trip, and after coming back she discussed the trip with her student. It may be connoted the assessment of learning. This is now the statement. An important precondition for the proper development of a child is ensuring his her healthy physical development. So he'll, which can be correct is true, because physical development is interrelated with other domain of development. So this is the answer. Now we are going to question number 60, student. Direct to the 60, because we are going to learn the science one. Bakelite used in the electrical appliances because it is good insulator of electricity. So correct option is option number D, student. Because it is good insulator of electricity, that is why used in making the electrical appliances. In which of the following cases of motion are the distance moved and magnitude displaced equal? A car moving on a straight road. This is the correct one. Next one. LED and CFL are commonly used as source of light in home. Which of the following? So LED is better than CFL. Which one can be the better, student? LED is better than CFL because CFL contain toxic material. So option B. An air bubble inside water we have as concave lens, student. Now next one, question number 65. You see, student, what can be a feather weighing 5 gram and a nail weighing 10 gram have the same kinetic energy. Which of the following statement is true about the momentum of the body, student? The behavior the heavier body will have high momentum. So option B is correct. If the pressure over the liquid increases, the boiling point also going to be increased. Now question number 67, student. A doctor prescribe a medicine to true hyperacidity. The main ingredient of medicine is aluminum hydroxide. Non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature, student. Okay, metallic oxide basic, non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature. The inner surface of food cans are coated with tin and not with zinc, because the inner surface of food cans are coated with tin and not with zinc, because what can be the reason, student? Inner surface, because the zinc is more reactive than tin. This is the answer, student. Next one. A man goes door to door posing as goldsmith. He promised to bring back the glitter on the dull gold ornament. An auspicious woman gave a set of gold bangla to him which deep in a particular solution, the Bangla sparkle, but their weight has considerably reduced. The solution used by the imposter probably is a mixture of HCl and HNO3. Now, bleeding is stopped by the application of the alum to a wound because it coagulates blood to form a clot. This is the answer. Now, when iron nail is dipped into copper sulfate solution, so this is the displacement reaction, student. Dis this one, displacement reaction. Next one, while diluting sulfuric acid, recommended that the acid should be added water because it is the highly exothermic reaction, student. Dilution of acid, highly exothermic. Now, the thumb of the human moves more freely than the fingers due to the presence of saddle joint, student. Next one, root cap is present in what, student? Root cap is present in which of the following, student? Xerophyte, hydrophyte, mesophyte, and halophyte. Which can be the answer, student? It can be hydrophytes, student. Hydrophytes. Next one. Adding salt and sugar to food substance help in preventing them because of the plasmolyze the microbial cell. Option A. Hormone adrenaline help in the what, student? The control sugar level in the blood, help body to adjust stress level, angry and body. Okay, so what it can be, the correct one, it should be, student, if we check. So it helps the body to adjust stress level when one is very angry or worried. Now, the greenhouse effect, which causes the increase of the atmospheric temperature due to carbon dioxide, student. Next one. Green plant appears to release oxygen instead of the carbon dioxide into atmosphere during the daytime because rate of photosynthesis higher than the rate of respiration during the daytime. Student, option D. A common characteristic feature of plant sieve tube cell mammalian erythrocyte is absence of what, student? Nucleus. Option A. Okay. Next one, student. Most they are saying most board of education have banned the dissection of the animal because there is need of sensitive student to prevention of the cruelty to animal. So this is the option C is correct. The main aim of conducting mathematics and science olympiad in a school. What can be the main aim, dear student, if you check out? So it can be promote excellent in the subject by nurturing creativity and experimentation. Four applicant for a post of TGT Science were asked to plan a lesson on consequence of the deforestation. Which one of the following lesson plans reflect the scientific approach, student? Which of the following lesson plan approach? So include activities that children can perform in group and draw conclusion through the PowerPoint presentation. Now, Miss Principal XYZ, keen about the regulated approach of to teaching science rather than the teaching different disciplines separately. The basis of this student, all the disciplines are interlinked and teacher can draw a cross curricular linkage. 85. A teacher plans to teach component of food. Class 6. Which of the following can use as essential question, student? Which can be used as essential question, student? So, why does your mother serve you meal with variety of food items? This is the answer. Next one. While teaching the concept, foods can change the shape of object. To a student, a teacher plan the following activities. So, what is the activities can be the correct one, student? There are different kind of learners in the class and she want to address multiple intelligence. Now, question number 87. Which of the following can be assessed when Gita is using only MCQ as a tool to assess the nutrition in humans? So this is the micro misconception related to the food habit. This will be the misconception related to which of the following can be assessed when the Gita is using MCQ as a tool assess nutrition in human uh, misconception related to food habit. 88. A science teacher's planned activity to teach properties of air to her student class 6. Which one set attribute would she like to have in the student? She select as a group leader, which can be the correct one student. If you see the assessing rule as per the capabilities, motivating, coordinating among the group members. Next 189. While selecting a performance task to help a student develop research oriented skill in the science class, a teacher may pick up a topic. A teacher may pick up a topic. What topic, student? This is related to problem faced by student in their day-to-day functioning, and which is the part of the concept to be covered for the class. Now question number 19, student. Let us see the question number 19, student. While investigating how water affect the germination of seeds, a teacher asked the student to soak beam seed on the bed of cotton wool for a few days and observe the change. What is the guideline that C forget to mention to place student? So correct option is option A, student. A few seeds on wet cotton. This is the correct. Next one, language learning, student. So read the passage given below and answer the questions that follows 91 to 99 by selecting the most appropriate one. Annually, there are million cases of the snake habit in India. Of these, close to 50,000 succumb to the bites. When you look around the countryside where most bites occur and notice people habits and lifestyle, these figures are surprising. People walk barefoot without torch at night when they are most likely to step on a foresight for give venomous snakes. We encourage rodent by disposing waste food out in the open or by storing food grains in the house. Attracted by the smell of the red snakes enter house, and when one crawl over the someone asleep on the floor and the person twist or roll over, it may bites in defense. Once bitten, we don't rush to the hospital. Instead, we seek out the nearest common tide, tourniquet, eat while tasting the herbal uh, chutneys, apply populities, surprise stones, cut, slice, suck, and bitten spot, and other ghastly time consuming deadlies. As Room Catley remarks, if the snake hasn't injected enough venom, even popping as a sprint can save your life. The key snake inject venom voluntarily, and we have nowadays knowing if it has injected venom, and if it is the lethal dose, the only first aid is to immobilize the bitten limbs like you would fractures and get to the hospital for anti-venom serum without wasting time. So what is the question number? Of the people who are bitten by snake in India, the fatality rate is how much, student? The fatality rate, it can be the 5%, student. How can you say, student? Annually, there are the million cases snakes bite in India. These close to 50,000 succumb to the bite. So it can be around the 5%. According to the author, people living in which part are more prone to the snake bite, student? It is the villager, student, more prone. Next one you see, student. Next question is storing. Okay, storing food grains in the house is one of the cause of snake bite because food grain attract rats, which in turn attract snake. Next one. It may be bite in defense. This observation implies that what student? A snake bite a human only when it is threatened. When it is threatened, the option is correct. What, according to the author, is the reason for the high fatality rate due to snake bite in India? Okay, what is the reason? So, lack of scientific knowledge about snake bite. This is the lack of, according to author, the reason for high fatality rate due to snake bite. This is the lack of scientific knowledge about the snake bite, student. Now, in the instance of the snake bite, what should we do immediately, student? So, immobilize the bitten part and get anti-venom serum. Now, pick out a word from the passage, which means to go around in search of food. To go around in search of food. So, which is the correct option, student? This is the foraging, foraging, foraging. Pick out the word from passage, which means to go around in search of food, foraging. Next one. If the question is, student, if the snake hasn't injected enough venom, even popping an aspirin can save your life. This sentence can be rewritten without changing the meaning as what is, student? What can be the correct option? Option A, student. When a snake has not injected enough venom, life can be saved even by swallowing an aspirin. This is the correct. Next one, 99, question number 9. Pick out the word from the passage that means having the power to cause death. Having power to cause death is the lethal, student. This is. Pick out the word from the passage means having the power to cause death, that is lethal. Now question number 100 to 105 student, we are going to this is again, read the poem given below and answer the question that follows by selecting the most appropriate option. Common cold, common cold, go hang yourself, you old MD. You shall not sneeze to me. Pick up your hat and the stethoscope. Go wash your mouth with the laundry soap. I contemplate a joy exquisite. I am not playing you for your visit. I did not call you to be told. My melody is common cold by compounding bro and solely by fever hot and scaly creep by those who read redundant eyes that weep like woeful is, is April sky by raking his couple sword and knife, the handkerchief after the handkerchief. This cold you have always not in the damnedest cold man ever caught. Basily swarmed within my portal, such as the weir never conceived by the mortals, but bred by the scientific wise, the honorary in which Olympic laboratory bacteria as a large as a mice, with feet and fire and braid and eyes, who never interrupt slumber. Their stamping elephantris rumba. What is the motion that the poet display in the first stanza, student? It is the anger. Now the question number next, you see, student, what is the question number next? Why and whom does the poet show his emotion? At a doctor who said the poet merely has a cold, student. Next question, you see, the poet described his eyes as two redundant eyes because of what, student? Because he cannot see properly due to the cold, student. Bacteria as a large as mice, student. Customer exclusively for you. So what will be there, student? If you see bacteria as large as mice in the instant of what, student? This is the smile, simile, and hyperbole. It is simile and hyperbole, student. Next one. What is who never interrupt for the slumbers? They are the stamping Elephantarumba. The meaning of these lines are what, student? What can be the meaning of this line? The cold causing germs are causing much discomfort and pain to the poet without any break. The general tone of poem can be described as what, student? General tone of the poem. Is the what is satirical and harass, student? This is the answer. Next one, student. 106. If you can go, student. The constructive approach to learning means, student. Constructive approach to learning means what? This is the involve the student in variety of activities to encourage them to learn new word and structure by accommodating them with those that they have already learned through the process of discovery. 107, question number 107, student. What is the skill among the one given below that cannot be tested in a formal written example? This is the extensive reading or pleasure that cannot be used. Which of the following is suitable for making a student responsible for their own learning, student? So which cannot be responsible? This is the encourage student to ask more and more question. Which of the following suitable for making student responsible for their own learning? Encourage student to ask more and more question. Anita, while teaching paragraph construction should draw attention to, construction should draw attention to what, student? Topic, sentence, supporting detail and connectors. Question number 110, student. Communicative language teaching is concerned with, communicative language teaching is concerned with enhancing receptive and productive skills such as speaking, listening, reading and writing. Communicative language teaching is concerned with enhancing receptive and a productive skill such as speaking, listening, reading and writing, student. Now next one, student. What is the question? You say formative assessment is the assessment of learning. Formative assessment is assessment of learning. The comprehensive in the continuous and comprehensive evaluation means, student, it is the scholastic and co-scholastic development, students. Next one, you see, student. A teacher design a test to find out the cause of the poor grades of a learner through a what, student? Proficiency test. This is not the correct, student. It can be the diagnostic test. A teacher design a test to find out the cause of the poor grades of her learners through the diagnostic test. Next one, an inclusive class in is that in which, inclusive class is that in which, student, is that in which differently able learners study with the normal student. This is the inclusive class, student. Concentrate operational stage refers to those learners who are, concentrate operational stage refers to those learners who are what, student? That can be at middle level, student. Concentrate operational stage refer to those learner who are at middle level, student. Now next question is, student. When learners are encouraged in peer activities taking on role of doctor and patient, the activity is called, student. Activity is called simulation. The activity is called simulation, student. Next one, see, student. Essay on long writing task, especially a discursive issue, discursive issue, help them discuss the different point of view, help them discuss the different point of view and justify them with illustrative point. Now question number 18, student. What is question number 18? A teacher, Amrita, use various tasks such as the creative chart, graph, drawing, gathering information and presenting them throughout pair of the group work. This different instruction is for what, student? This different instruction is way of demonstrating her, is way of help help learner with multiple intelligence to perform Well and learn better. Will help learner with multiple intelligence to perform well and learn better. Next one is student 119 question. Using the word bank and brainstorming helps to build what student? This is helps to build what student? Vocabulary. Using word bank and brainstorming help to build vocabulary student. Now question number uh, 120. Gender stereotype bias among learner can be discouraged by what student? Can be discouraged by what it can be discouraged by a student. If you see, enabling all learners to cook and sew irrespective of gender. Using tech we do perpetuate such a belief. That's you see student. Correct option. Gender stereotype and bias among the learner can be discouraged by enabling all learner to cook and sew irrespective. So this is what the answer is student. Total we have study already. So this all we have done student. Thank you very much.